What's up guys, Bass Fishing 243 here, coming at you from my room, and today's video is all about fixing the ceramic insert on your line guides. So, today, well, let's start off, it's story time here guys. So, me and my dad, we were wanting to put a place for all my rods, and so we built this rod rack out of just some extra lumber and one of those drill things with the blade, there's a spinny blade that you just drop down, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, yeah, we made this rod rack. Pretty simple. I mean, we used a regular circular saw to cut out the opening, but we just drilled a hole in it and cut out the opening, and that, yeah. So I did that in the base. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's a nice rod rack. This felt actually isn't glued in at all. It's just kind of pressed in. But yeah. So we built this rod rack for all my rods and reels. You see my arrows in the corner. But anyway, I noticed that my white Shimano Celis Black Max combo, it didn't quite fit in its slot, and I wasn't sure why it wouldn't fit in the slot. And so it turns out one of these line guides had been bent at an upward angle and was just keeping it from fitting in the notch that we cut out for it. It wouldn't fit in that notch, and it wouldn't go in the socket. And so I'm just like, alright, we'll just pull out a pair of pliers and bend this thing back. Well, when you grasp a guide like that, you grab it with your pair of pliers and you start bending it down, that ceramic insert does not like it. And it just goes pow! I heard a crack. I'm thinking, oh gosh, please don't be the blank. As long as the blank is okay, I was going to live. Well, it was not the blank. It was the ceramic insert. And all the black pieces fall over the floor. And I was like, ah. And so, being a typical teenager, you go to YouTube. You YouTube how to do stuff. And so, every solution on YouTube said to cut the guide off, take the guide, just cut it out, put a new guide on, rewrap it. That's the only solution. I'm not doing that. I don't have the time, effort, or desire to cut this thing off and rewrap it. It's just, it takes too long. So, that's my solution. Now this, it's so much simpler than cutting the guide off, because that's the same metal guide that broke. That's just, well, I'll tell you what this is made of here in just a second. Actually, right now. So, what you're going to need for this, you're going to need hot glue, a thread. Now, if you're using a micro guide rod, you're going to want to use regular thread. If you're using a regular guided rod, I used embroidery thread, which is basically just super ultra thick thread. Whatever color you want, if you want it to match. If you're like me, you wanted it to match your guides. I went with black because it matched the guides. So you're going to need thread. If you're using micro guides, regular thread. If you're using a regular one, embroidery thread. And then you're going to need this stuff. It's modeling glue. The same stuff you used to build those plastic ships up there. That's what I used. I used to do that pretty extensively. And so it's modeling glue. Testors modeling glue. Non-toxic cement for plastic models, yeah. And so basically this is just waterproof. It's waterproof. So you cover the metal part of your guide, you just cover it in hot glue. Sit under a candle. You're also going to need a lit candle. Just hold it over the candle, put it all over this thing. Just completely cover all metal parts with hot glue. Doesn't matter how little, how much. Like you can see here, it's not a perfect circle for me. This side has got a little bit extra glue, but it doesn't matter. As long as there's the whole opening. An opening in the middle for your line to continue to thread through. And for the thread itself. Tie a knot with your whatever thread you're getting. Cut out about a 2 foot, 3 foot stretch. Tie one end up on one end of the line guide, tie it off, and then just wrap from outside, inside, outside, doesn't matter, just completely wrap the guide in that thread. And when you get to the other side, wrap it around and around and around, and then thread it back through one of the circle wraps around, thread it back through and pull it tight. Now, yeah, cut off the excess. Then, this is where this stuff comes in handy. Put this all over the top, the flat bottom, and whatever knot you used to tie this end off. Whatever, it doesn't matter what kind of knot you use to tie it off, this end off. So if you start on this end, you tie whatever knot keeps the thread on there. Actually, yeah, put it on both knots. Put this Modeling glue on both knots. And just tie it off. Just glue it off. Flat side, bottom side, and the knots. Don't put it on the inside. Outside edge doesn't matter. That's optional. But the inside edge, really do not put any of this Modeling glue. This Modeling glue, when it's dry, it's hard as rock. And it could almost be worse on your line than metal. So don't put it on the inside. You want that soft, squishy thread to be you want it to act as your buffer between your line and your metal guide. So I've caught several fish on this, and so it does work. It does not tear up your line. I have not had to restring my line yet. In fact, I've sat there and just felt all the line. There's no kinks, there's no abrasions. It's perfect. This works great. It's so much easier than cutting your guide off and rewrapping it. I so hope this helps somebody. Just because I spent less than $5 doing that. So, but that's it. That's how you fix. That's the redneck solution to fixing the ceramic insert on your line guide. I hope it helped. And also, holy crap, we hit 100 subs. At the time of filming this, we have 102 total subs on this channel. Woo! I'm happy with that. So, later guys.